Alright. Excuse me. Well, let's try this. I kind of want to start early. So, as you can kind of tell, my voice is not really the best right now. Like, even with like, a cough drop and medicine, it's still not icky. Which is why I didn't stream yesterday. But figured I might as well try. So, I guess yesterday, more or less, was the beginning of the theme which I will go ahead and do a little bit of today. What the heck are you? Are you just a way to send stuff to the from the extra grave? You are, aren't you? I know what you are. Okay. But let's actually go and see what some people are playing in the theme Chronicles. Because I know Eldritch will be popular. Glad Beast will be popular. Invoked? Magistus. I'm surprised that wasn't toned down a bit. Like, I guess it's kind of fallen out of favor without Ryseal being as prevalent. Like, Spenta the Magistus Sealer is still a pretty powerful card. Especially in a deck like Invoked, as we're seeing. Megalith will also be popular. Skull Servants, that's one I haven't seen. Uh-oh, Blind Techno TK deck versus Blind Techno TK deck. Let's see which one comes out on top. It'll be whoever goes second, that's for sure. Oh, we are going second. I don't even think that's all that great of a hand. But okay, we have Honest, Foolos, Pot of Desires, Thrust, and Limiter Removal. We have 40 card main, 15 card extra, or 7 card extra, versus 40 card main, 15 card extra. We're going second. Let's see what we can do. Set one pass. Okay. This might be a bit more boring than I thought it would be. Clockwork Knight as a start. You go Pot of Desires to try to buy down Ash. That doesn't quite work. Leeching the Light. Engage. That gets a Sky Striker Ace Rose onto the field. Rose, we go for Hayate. Clockwork Knight, 2000. Forbidden Droplet to send a lightning word. Really? That gets a White Prince. White Prince to send a Skull Servant and Lady to grave. Thrust, we set a Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. That gets a Shizuku on our field. Set one pass. That gets a Linkage. Spariate, we don't. That's fine. Oh, that is a Dark Hole, though. Set one pass. Okay. We have a... We go Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, destroying the Lady in White to summon the Thunder King and the Jizukiru, leeching the light to gain limiter removal to buff, plus Honest, all in the damage step. How big does this go? 1880. That is 16,000 in damage for a Swift Chi-Chi. It's unfortunate that the Skull Servant player didn't get an opening hand. What actually did they What did they open? Oh yeah, so all removal. Gotcha. All board removal plus a white double, not double white prince. It was a lady in white they drew for the next turn. Unfortunately, the odds were just not in their favor. Okay. I should also. Like that. Now, for the theme chronicle, there are Heir of the Tenyi style. It's an interesting. It's a fun deck, and I might try it out eventually, but I kind of want to try one of my actual decks first. Glad Beast, another interesting deck. I don't know how hard they hit it this event. Then Megalith, probably. Like, I know Megalith basically like the back of my hand, minus some of the new stuff. But I kind of want to see how it works in this list. However, on the other hand, my choice of deck is Thunder Patrol. I kind of want to try with Thunder Patrol, since there might be a wide variety of lists out there. I want to see how well this one does. If things prove to be a little bit too difficult, I might just go for one of the loners. Especially since I don't have like the full Megalith suite. Yeah, I don't have this one. I've got one of the lock, and I've got one of the continuous spell. The other thing I know is that I believe Sky Striker got hit pretty hard, since that is like Gem Knights. Gem Knights had Nephrim and Dispersion limited, which is not the worst thing in the world. Like, I'd have to play a few more Garnets for them. Or I guess Extenders that can work. And Sky Striker. This one, yeah, I get it. Sky Striker is just kind of really powerful if they're left unchecked. It's not impossible to play, but like one Linkage, one Widow Anchor, one Engage. I mean, we already had one Chronicles, so it doesn't much matter. Then one Kagari. You'd have to play it very well to not get folded. Weather Painters, playable? No. I mean, the Weather Painters themselves are playable. Nothing that could even theoretically make them good is playable. Then I don't even really think I have any other. Orcust. Orcust is another one that kinda got screwed. Kinda. You'd have to play either more symbol skeletons or more just generic extenders. It's not the worst, and I might try that one out. But I want to try at least Wonder Patrol for a couple matches, see how well it does in this format. Alright. Let's see how well we do. Vendred, that's another one. That I basically have all the stuff to. I could theoretically play Vendred like Zombie Pile. Alright, I think I forgot to take you out. I'll let you go. Test there. That did use their normal summon, so mashing that might actually be pretty good. The problem is what comes after. If they have any extenders, I do kind of face a problem. Okay. There's the other thing. Oops, all Wonder Patrols. Okay. Okay. No matter what. Let's Buelos. Whitebeard plus Bluebeard. Discard the Redbeard. A free Imperm off the top, that's not too bad. Ooh. Redbeard also gets to proc in the... They have something. That might be an Imperm. Oh no, they had it in earlier set too. That is Imperm, okay. Sending Black Eyes for the golden hair. You go Black Eyes, get the red beard. Go for the black beard. They have an earth. The only thing they have engraved is Graven is an earth. That was an Imperm they drew. I'll actually save the golden hair for next turn. Just in case I draw something really good. not a bad draw, but it's not great for the situation. It's only good if they clear my board. Which, knowing Glad Beast, they might be able to do. Test Tiger does tribute for cost. Oh, your green knows no bounds. I'm actually very much glad they decided to go for this instead of going for the Test Tiger. Try and eventually pop my back row, which would have been the smarter play. So I believe it is just, you. Yeah, Bestiari. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do that. That way they could have gone into the Daros uninterrupted. If I'm not mistaken, Test Tiger does trigger their... Okay, GG. I have kind of realized that this deck does not have an answer to Glad Beasts. Kinda. It has interruptions for sure, and those interruptions can be enough under some circumstances, but it's not always. Okay, then there are no Fiendsmiths, so Lori is out. You three are out. What's a good generic extender I can use? Maybe another Danger Nessie? Maybe a Danger Bird, Thunderbird. Or a Wolfman. Thunderbird is a good back row removal, at least. Let's see how this list turns out. Another going second. It's not Skull Servant, right? Why would they choose to go second if they were Skull Servant? Wifua. They Ash. Yep. That means Troll is theoretically free, but Zombie, depending on the build, does not care about Troll. Send one zombie to grave. Does need to be banished, but, well, there we go. banish the Chengxi as an extender, send anything to grave. Sending a white baking. That's the Moissanite and a White Lord. Discard the Moissanite. Is this a Moissanite add? No, it's just a normal summon. Okay. Again, this doesn't really matter if I troll here, because they rely on milling, not on adding. A glow up bloom is, well, they can't activate because Zombie World is not on the field. They do have a level 10, a level 11 now that they can make. Sending an Eldritch is funny. They have a spell trap that they can set in order to use the Eldritch. Send a zombie monster from the hand or back to grave. Ballad Rock. Sending for Moissanite. You can roll or special summon once more. We Synchro 6 for the Immortal Dragon. Level 8 Zombie. We do have Necroworld Banshee. Oh, that might actually be a problem then. They're not playing only one version of Zombie World, right? Send last card in hand was Sanguine. But you're not playing only one copy of Zombie World, right? Like, yeah, it's bad if you brick on multiple. There is the Eldritch. It's Fallen Angel. Shoot, that gets Mad Golden Lord, doesn't it? It's not. That's not impossible to out. But like having to fight against Doom King Balatroc as well as is this only sent from field to grave, so they can link it off for something. IP Masquerena. Okay. They are playing multiple zombie worlds, so now I'm gonna need to be very careful. Gets Mad Golden Lord. We nib here. I don't think this has a It doesn't really have effect when it's into grave. It's Scarlet Sanguine. He's for Quaquero. Okay, that is unfortunate. Okay, here's the thing. I need to immediately fade the battle phase, get rid of the Ballatrock. Because of the zombie world. And then I actually need to figure out what I want to do. As far as special summon a... No. From deck. Okay, never mind. Summon the Immortal Dragon. You're not playing 2, right? Send to the graveyard. Okay. That was the one card I didn't want them to hit, unfortunately. If I don't draw... Shoot. Major Mothman. Oh, shoot. These 2+ effect monsters. Okay. This might be a wash. This is probably a wash, but original. Yeah, I'm dead. Yeah. Hitting the black eyes out of all the cards to hit was probably the worst case scenario. Not being able to plunder. I really needed to get rid of the field spell. one I probably don't want to hit would have been Thunderbird. Especially some of those to start. Okay. It is a 50-50. That got the Nessie, which is nice. The Jackalope, that's fine. I guess Mothman will work. For that, I am going to switch a notebook. This is the 5th summon at least, so they have Nib undead. But this way, I can go. Blackbeard. And I have a body, via which I am able to draw 1 for. Okay. Probably should have waited for them to like try and get a fire. An Ash Blossom is actually not the worst. A fire or an earth would be better. Special summon both. Add the Augustus back to hand. That is technically I get Comet. Augustus. This Tiger. Come back these from Pander Graveyard. I'm definitely wishing I drew something other than an Ash Blossom with that. A Bestiari. That hand might have honestly been better going second. Because I don't really know a good place to Ash Glad Beasts. least none that I've seen. Still, it's already been used. This bestiary. I imagine they're going to try to go for a test panther now. I think here is probably a good place to ash. Normal summon Justel is also an option, I suppose. I guess it doesn't matter if they lose life points as long as they battle. But the Link 3 or Link 2 Darius. Its bestiary in another is Guzzers. Yeah, +1 Gladiator Beast Monster. +5 Field, Grave, or the deck. They do have the ability to do that, but okay, no, they're going for the bestiary. Which is more important for me to keep at the end, during the end phase? Well, okay. I don't think I'm keeping any of them during the end phase. Step 1. That gets rid of both. Add really anything that can. I'm gonna get just still for next turn. They do have the other Link monster that they can use. They have one set. I don't remember which one it was. So I've already used the comeback. It might just be a straight up Imperm, to be fair. They have Tourist Grave. Set Gladiator Trap from deck. That'll hurt. Different names destroy them. They're doing that now. I'll use Blackbeard. gets rid of the list. Let's get a Black Eyes back. Ooh, War Chariot is unfortunate. Okay. Discard the Whitebeard is quite a good draw. That gets rid of you. Add. That gets a Fuelos. Hold on. This is a monster on the field or in the graveyard. I'm out of mowers. That's another problem. I actually can't go to battle phase this turn. Thing is, I know they have a way to lethal. Discard one card. Discard the Augustus. Awuga. Hey, Chroma. Stiari. That my Glorious for. You remembered. Darius. Special summon from hand. Sorry, or from graveyard or deck. I'll never forget. I know you won't forget. Unfortunately, there are not a lot of one-card starters in this deck. I just have more responsibilities as a mod with my word choices. Oh. That is not one of them. Well, let's see. Let's see what replay you've got. You have. So this will be Rika versus Viscos. Making my fellow Europeans proud. You are. Let's see what Flint can do. I also realized Plant Link is also an option for this event. I didn't even think about it. Like, you can't do a lot of the, like, super annoying stuff that a lot of Plant Links can do, but it is an option. We have Genius Loci, Rika Petal, Rika Fairy, Con, Sheet, 40 card main, 15 card extra versus 40 card main, 15 card extra. We're going set first. Let's see what we can do. We Petal. We get Snowdrop, Con, minus the banned Cactus Bouncer. Yep, which is, I think, for the best. Snowdrop. That is a Max C. That does actually really hurt us. I'm not gonna lie. Mudon, the Snowdrop, gets to add, or would add, but they have drawn the Ash Blossom. We can Snowdrop, just go straight for the immediately with the play, Laundress Harmonia. Sending the Mailong, popping the Mudon, Snowdrop, gets returned to the hand, Rika Glamour, tributing the Harmonia to get a Rika Princess, and a Cactus Bouncer. Set the Sheet pass. We Kashtira our Unicorn, get a Kashtira Bird. They just had all the answers, huh? For a Kashtira Ogre. Tributing the Unicorn, getting the Ogre. It is now planned. Kashtira Unicorn summons. Sending Albion to pop the Kashtira Ogre. That's Fiend Smith as well. All the one-card starters. Get Lurie. Lurie. Get the Requiem. Trouble back the Lurie for the Graver. Even if they keep Unicorn, not even deal with Ogre, setting a trap is worth it, yeah. That gets Teardrop. Requiem. And... hold on. What locked them out? Why... until the end of next turn? You cannot activate the effects of monster special summon from the extra deck until the end of your next turn. I feel like both of us didn't read it. Both me and the opponent didn't read that specific effect. Which is why Harmonia is mostly used in stuff like Duel 2, but it is kinda generically good if you have the extra deck space for it. Con, immediately to set a Rika Glamour. They birth, banishing all three in our graveyard. Rika Glamour, tributing their Engraver, to summon, to add a Princess, add a Primula. Loci. Oops, sorry. Hit my mic. Loci for Dryas. Dryas to add Sunvine Sowing. Rika Petal. Rika Princess shuffles itself into the deck, tributing the Rika Petal that will negate the effect of the Kashtira Unicorn. Primula gets to summon itself for free. Sunvine Sowing to summon Genius Loci, take 1,000. Dryas gets to summon the Healer. Healer to gain. Primula. Gain levels up to 6. Sylvan Dancefione, Lokai's strongest normal monster in the game. That does get a Rosalina, Mills, a Sewing, and a Blend, Laurel, Jasmine, Laurel to summon. They are going for Fallen in the Virtuous, targeting the Jasmine. Get that out of the way. Sunvine Sewing does protect, however. We gain 500. Gets to add a Lily Borea. We link off for Bengal Lancer. Rika Princess, summon itself. Snowdrop, tributing the Rosalina. Summon Sunseed Twin and Snowdrop Rika Fairy. All of them become level 4. We get Rika Queen Strenna. Strenna gets a detach. Target a Rika Glamour. Add it to hand. We get Lily Borea, equipping the Jasmine. Lily Borea to send the Jasmine to add the Therion Cross. Bengal Lancer, bounce the Unicorn. Battle phase. Strenna into the Requiem. Bengal Lancer, Lily Borea, not quite game. We overlay. We go for another Rika Queen Strenna. Pass. Therion Cross is. Finish that monster. We do go for the Bestial Lubellion. Rika Princess, tributing their Kashtira Unicorn. Forgot I could make another Strenna. That would have been lethal, actually. Kashtira Ogre, that gets the Engraver as well, shuffling back their Requiem. That gets into their own another Requiem. Tribute for the Fiendsmith Lacrima in the main deck. Not adding with Ogre, they do not have a continuous trap, it seems. Fiendsmith's Sequence. Sinkwitz a Shuffle. We Therion Cross it, and that is essentially game, set, and match. GG. Didn't even need the counter. Did not need the Cactus Bouncer, by the way. That card could have been any other card, and it would have been just as useful. This that Plant Link is absolutely fine without Cactus Bouncer. It can be banned. Please, Konami. Oh. I guess, yeah. I didn't see it in the Discord, but I might as well show it off here. Your budget Plant Link, which doesn't really play hand traps, which I guess a lot of plant decks technically didn't. Is very strong anyway, yeah. So the addition of this one floodgate doesn't necessarily make or break it. No Therion Regulus either. Instead, we substituted it for the SR Cross. Honestly, a really just fine list. It's plenty strong anyway. It doesn't really need all the extra stuff. And you can get somewhere with this. I don't think it's like you either need to get really lucky or play out of your mind in order to get to places like Diamond. Especially nowadays. But it is a very nice to see. So Regulus after Cross decided to add Maxi because they own Skeletal Soldier. Gotcha. Okay. With that said, I think Thunder Patrol is a little bit too undertuned for this event. Duel Esperlia. Probably need Troll. Counter Beast. And I probably will want some extra stuff. I also U-linked a person in the Chronicle. Nice. Let's go last. One copy of last week. Maybe an extra copy of Emperor. Plants are great for spamming guys anyway, yeah. So don't have to worry too much about... well, okay. I guess the thing is, board presence is kind of just their make or break. If they can establish board presence, it's going to be a much more uphill battle against them. But if you prevent them from getting any kind of board presence, they do kind of pull. Okay, this hand might do it. I think I made my you brothers and sisters proud. Probably. Probably, yeah. Without board presence, you'll be relying on the Rika cards. Yeah. That is true. Monster effect. Hopefully not suck. Electromite. I was deciding on playing Valence in the Chronicle. I guess it would be. I mean, I don't think it's good enough to be like outright banned, especially without a lot of the power cards. So I suppose, yeah, that is a definite choice. It exists, I guess. Endymion is an interesting deck. Unfortunately, I don't fully have an out to it. Because the thing is, they have multiple spell counters. They have Endymion and they have Cerberus. Endymion is not the worst thing in the world. Well, it is. Like, they have... I would need a very high skill drum. Brilliant Fusion is a start. But unfortunately, with this hand, it's kind of awkward. I feel like it was made to bully people to stop playing the game. Okay. Jackal first, that's fine. Billion Fusion. Unfortunately, that is just kind of the end of the game. without really any board breakers. The red reboot is nice against gladiator beasts, but it doesn't do a lot against other decks, unfortunately, it seems. We got 800 gems. Last Plant Link cards are expensive, but it doesn't mark me finishing 2 decks in a really short time again. Which, I'm glad you would be able to do that, but that's not great. Okay. Do they have Alistair in hand? Okay, that's something. Here's Russell Plantling and Fairy Tale Magicians minus UR Synchro. Nice. Don't need tons of gems, I just need enough for what I want. I guess I like Shadow, which is nice. Nibiru would not have worked anyway, and if they do, I can even play 4 tier now. I'm normally owning full Shadow deck, but I'm not playing it. Okay. Do they have a counter trap? It does not seem like they do. I even own 3 El Shadal Fusion. Which, nice, because the devil El Shadal Schism. And that is indeed Invoked Shadow. That is an Nibiru. Pure Shadal is better instead of doing a control loop. Yeah. Which is fair. I do mean Wendy, not just... People sleeping on Wendy like I sleep on my bed. Wait a second off the window, unless I get my Wendy's. Oh, speaking of Wendy's, special summon a shadow from the deck, face down with the defense position. Control can be pretty strong, or strong for a shadow deck at least. They don't have the shadow support, so it might be. What do you know? Falco and Dream for Wendy control. Hold on, we need to remember. Schism is... banishing from field or graveyard. Look, I need to save the... I need to save the Imperm for the El Shaddai window, if anything. Artemis for SP Little Knight. That actually hurts. Do they target? They targeted the Brilliant Fusion. Really? Really? That's the one you target? Negate that effect. I'll want to wait until... but it also gets construct. Same attributes. Made me a new dealer for plant link cocaine. This is actually a mistake. This is bait, to be clear. Because now they get rid of my Lady Rose. The Imperm fizzles. Contrix gets to send. But now they cannot. Send one shell card from deck to grave. They can send Wendy 2 if they have it, yeah. Wendy 2, get a card face down. Repeat the cycle all over again. Thing is, now I have no real defense. Sending Hedgehog. So this is Ash Ella monster from deck to hand. For Wendy, set the Wendy. So Construct comes back, and Lady Rose comes back. Okay.
Footsteps echoing in the silence of the woods.
I will Garnet.
Nature's calling out. Seek for when you do, you will find your own way. Come on, May. So if on this day we turn apart,
Monster effect.
on our heartstrings, we join us once again. Bring us together, singing together, spreading our wings in the wind, blowing free. Bring us together, singing together, heralding ties binding you and me. Follow what lies ahead.
There's the window. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. Gets rid of the Wendy. Wait, is that a different? That's just a different info. That wasn't a separate imperm. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, this is just kind of a wash. It's like the only thing I can make here is Arcana. I don't think I have. Unfortunately, playing into the Nibiru card definitely that was for an MK is my favorite. No. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Can I accidentally select going first? Because legitimately, that is a hand of all time. I don't think I'm actually playing that many burn MPKs. Okay. Joyous Spring. She read my reboots. Well, that's a one-card starter if I've ever seen it. Kinda. Not really, actually. Droplet hurts, but that's fine. Goes back to Fair ranting? Okay. Thank you. Sounds back. Albert is good. He went to Baldi's Basics. I'll keep the red reboot. Another 10 cards. There's no way. Fungus versus Maiden. Oh, it's level 7. Never mind. This is level 7 slop. Baldi's full legal name is Baldi Baltimore. Ascendant of Thunder. This is not Kashtira, right? Fungus, Maiden. Progress rank 7 with design and has never done anything wrong. The thing is, it's funny. God, it's funny because nowadays you could argue Tomahawk could come off the ban list just because it's not good enough, but I think we all know that it never will, because if it is at all legal, it immediately becomes a Yugioh community now got the degenerate. Monster. Maiden. Like being a card that makes our Yugioh more poggers, I suppose. Oh. Oh, I'm just dead. I'm just not having a good time. Maybe I should try Orcas. Maybe I can see how that one works. And it'd end up being a little bit better. I didn't know we were playing Dynamorphia. Yeah. They kind of were. I imagine that honestly feels like that was their game plan. Was that like one Gearsu in a dream? Yeah. Feels like that was their game plan to try to get to... Okay, this is an okay hand going first. Drawing the Garnet is never great, but having Dispersion is nice. Burn a Cell. Sending Tackle Crusader. So sad Marincess got the short end of the stick with having a good card span in this event. Yeah, they want people to get the new stuff. They just want people to either get the new stuff or... Okay. Immediately Fuelos. No Argonaut, no Reef, no Triangle. That's Gallant Granite. What was legal for this event? What would have been legal that you would search off of Gallant Granite? I almost feel like I know the answer. Was Block Dragon legal? I guess, yeah, it would be. Or could be. But also, I don't think they have quite enough to get to Block Dragon. It's the... Not in this... Not just in MD, in this event. Is Block Dragon legal for this event, specifically? I play with Block Dragon. I know it's legal in Master Duel. Whether it should be is another question entirely. It is in this event. Okay. Okay. I can feel the imperm. It is part of the Megalith deck. Okay, I see. Oh! Oh no, if it wasn't 60 cards, I actually could have bought that was Megalith then. Okay. There's the Ash Blossom. You'd always adamant some paters. I don't know adamantium. This event. Adamancipator is not fully legal for this event. I mean, obviously, Terraria has a solo mode. Oh no. Like, obviously, the best stuff to play Adamancipator in right now is just straight up the, Magnet Warriors. Because they can more easily play X-Sabers. I could, theoretically. I won't. And summon Nappies. But yeah, also, X-Sabers, they're an Earth Synchro deck. The Loner Megalith deck does seem to be strong, and yeah, I did see the Block Dragon. Oh, okay. I do see Block Dragon. Adamancipator Researcher is legal. Obviously, none of like the main things that make. But now I actually am curious. Markion is legal, and Beast are legal. Okay. Saber is far too expensive for me to make. Honestly, X-Saber is really strong. I can believe it just because it's so low power. Constellar. Oh god, Constellar is fully legal. And obviously, they die to a lot of stuff like Nibiru, like Troll. Teller even has the new support legal, yeah. Which. Obviously, it's not great in a best of 3, because FTKs always die to non-engine. But it is going to be really annoying in best of 1. Fun times for everyone. Honestly, if I had, I might get an extra Ulok. Try to see if I can't go. How many gems do I have? 2150. Okay. Is Wise Words of Gauge. I have 3 level 4 monsters on the field, and I'll summon Deltaros all the time. Okay, here's the question. Bullock is in Miraculous Advent. Heralds. Oh god, Herald is legal for this event. Like, yeah, it's another situation where it's not great, and I'm pretty sure. Drytron is fully legal? Drytron is fully legal. Live Twins, yeah, figures they would be legal. I think they're technically in the IP solo mode, which, well, that makes sense. And I guess Tritron's had a part in the Herald solo mode, because they just gave you a full-on Tritron Herald deck. Play Eldritch. I don't have Eldritch cards. There are so many decks that are actually surprisingly legal. Like Spenta, like Magistus Invoked. I guess you're the only thing that is. Cards, yeah. Zoroa is really the only card that isn't legal in this event for Magistus. Plus Invoked, and as we clearly saw, Shadow is still legal. Even though they didn't have a solo mode, actually. I mean, sure, but... Which is, I guess, that makes it a weird choice to ban the Synchro if you technically don't need it. Well, I mean... it has a floodgate effect, doesn't it? Your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters with the same card type, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link as the Magistus monster card in your spell and trap zone. This card is in your graveyard, target Magistus card, control destroyed, special summon this card. Yeah, so it's a floodgate, that's why. Which I guess that's also why you don't really need it. Shadow features in the Duel Terminal story, yeah. And Magistus feature in the Spellbook story. Like, that's also why we saw Endymion earlier. There are a lot of decks that are legal, even if they're not fully fun. Fabled is also a deck that I don't have any of the cards for. Like, you probably need at least one Lays, Valkyris, Leviathan, and Wraith Reagan. Unicorn is kinda just hit or miss. And I don't have the stuff to craft for it. Because honestly, do I? Do I want to make this deck a little bit better? Never have I ever decided to play Snake-Eye Birds. In the theme Chronicle. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we have... Because this is not the theme Chronicle, it's the other one, the Fusion Xyz event. But, actually, this wouldn't be legal at all, would it? Because, like, technically how legal is Azamina? Brandon is not in the story mode yet, which is probably why it's so banned. The Chronicle, it is playable minus level 7s and 8s. Just reasons. Yeah, it is all the Diabell stars, all the White Forests, except for the extra deck monsters. All the URs, really. Snake Eye is surprisingly playable. Really? I guess Flamberge. Flamberge is the main band. And Promethean Princess, wow. But everything else is untouched, which is something. I guess you also don't play Snake Eye without Dia Bellstar for simple spoils. But you could make Amlo Whale if you get enough material for it. That is possible. It's not necessarily good, but it's possible. Do I want to add anything else to potentially reduce the brickiness of this deck? Maybe I get rid of the one Perulia. Can we use the level 1 birds? Sure. Big Sag, no UDF. No Fusion FPK. Which is good. I don't want to see Fusion FPK. I guess I can try. You know, I might as well try some of the loners. I kind of want to see what Tenny can do in this event. I don't think it'd be that great, but it might be fun to see. Yeah. Hey, Matt, how you doing today? A fusion bird 3 times with glossy rarity. There's something. I think I just go Ashuna. For Monk. Adahara. He lived until you summoned Sir Yugioh into your limits. For legal reasons, that is a joke. I would never do that. This needs to be sent for synchro material, right? Yeah. From Synchro Monster. For plain reasons, summon Bengal Lancer. Or I should have done the Ashuna surrounding summoning odds in a pile deck. I don't make random pile decks very often. But when you do... don't make random pile decks very often. Another thing, I've been playing Cosmic Tree. Whoops. Kind of, yeah. I lose it either way. Might as well try to add something off of it.
I'm in my corn.
Hey, Lukia. How you doing today? I guess as long as... Okay, this is... Hey, my dude, made the duels be fruitful. Thank you, Lukia. Oh, it's Megalith. That's actually not the worst. No, it's not even the Fellow Tree. That's funny. Plant Link versus Weird Cash Duel. Sure. If you have time, Luki, and there's another Anastasius anyway, go for Researcher, Bathor, Imperm, Ophiel, Slayer, Unformed. Well, how about you do? Actually, hold up. Fighting demons, not zero this weekend, but doing well otherwise. Nice. Will you rip and tear until it's done? We can rip and tear until it's done. We could, in fact. Okay, this is the smarter play for sure. Over here, how you doing? Hey, Matt. Matt has indeed ascended into Twitch. I can use the Surya if I draw a good card, I'll put the Surya. Full plus Bathor. And Chroma is on YouTube now. Okay. I guess Luca, if you're here for a second, did you want to see the Universal Switcheroo yet? Did you want to see Chroma's Duel versus Kashtira? Or are you... sure thing? Okay. Let's give it a whirl. Just enough time to view before I go lurking. Alright. Well, okay, so, yeah. We have drawn Lokai, Petal, Rika Fairy, Concon, and Rika Sheet. 40 card main, 15 card extra versus 40 card main, 15 card extra. We're going first. Let's see what we can do. Now you die harder. Mod abuse. Hey, there's no need to abuse the mod power, Matt. Get Ricky Concon for Rico Glamour. Snowdrop tripping the pedal. That does get a max C out of them. But what if I am here? That's the part. They cannot use mod power there. You can use mod power. Well, I don't necessarily endorse that. We try to go for Mudon, they ash it. Seems the tables have turned. Mudon to get the Snowdrop to its level. They Harmonia. Love when they max seed and then actually opponent. Yep. That gets a Denglong Engrave, which bounces our Snowdrop. Pops the Mudon. We tribute the Harmonia for a Rika Princess and a Cactus Bouncer. Set the Rika sheet. Pass turn. Let's see what they do. They go for a Unicorn Kashtira in 10 seconds, not 10 minutes. It's better to have. You guys don't abuse it too badly. You hit the Kashtira Unicorn. That bounces. That gets the Ogre to our side. They, Fallen and the Virtuous, pop the Ogre. Fiendsmith Engraver. Now, they are going to go for Fiendsmith Tract here. Get Fabled Lurry, send the Lurry. Lurry for the Requiem. Requiem, shuffle back. With the Engraver to summon itself. Battle phase. Now, is there anything that prevented them from extending further into their combo? Anything at all? Then I have mod view open and I don't feel like typing the command. Anything at all that prevents them from going Engraver plus Requiem, Requiem effect being a detriment? Never. Nope. Especially not to a deck that doesn't really synchro summon. I guess they didn't realize, or they kind of just used the Harmonia because it's a good card, but they didn't realize that Harmonia locks you out of synchro of any extra effect other than synchro for 2 turns. Got an unban request? I didn't know that, actually. I'll have to look at it later. They get rid of our Rika Queen. Requiem and Engraver. That brings us down to 31. That gets a Fallen and the Virtuous in the end phase. Rika Petal to summon itself. This is when they reverse synchro into a Sarkic level 1 trust. They could, but they're not playing it. That gets Rika Glamour. They banish 3 cards from our the only 3 cards from our graveyard. That gets Rika Glamour, tributing their Engraver for the Rika Princess and a Primula. You ever bad the Lake Plants? Never. That gets Sunvine Sowing. The Unicorn attempts to activate. We do Princess, tributing off the pedal. That will negate the effect, but it won't destroy. Rika Fairy summons itself. Sunvine Sowing. Summon the Genius Loci. Take 1,000. Dryas, summon the Healer. Heal back to 31. Primula. Over. We link off for Dancione. We excavate 3. That's a Rosa Luna I see. Filling the Sunvine and the Blend. There's a Laurel from deck. Get a Jasmine. Laurel to gain 500. They Fallen and the Virtuous, sending a Rindrum to hit the Jasmine. That's fine, but we do have the Sunvine Sowing to protect. Add a Plant Monster from my hand. That gets a Lily Borea. These cards are okay because I used to play them with Ogdoadic. Yep. get Rika Princess summons itself, Snowdrop tripping the Rosalina, summon the twins and itself. Make everything a level 4, we get Strenna. Strenna gets to detach to add the Rika Glamour back to our hand. Lily Borea targets the Jasmine, summons itself. Lily Borea sends the Jasmine to add the Therion Cross. Bangalancer bounces the Unicorn. Is that 2? Strenna, Bangalancer, Lily Borea. Now, Chroma realized this in hindsight, but they could have made the second Strenna before the battle phase and just went clean for game. But now, they Unicorn, Lubellion, that gets a Rika Princess, tributing their Unicorn. That will negate the Lubellion. They summon the Ogre, try to beat over, and Graver shuffle itself back to summon. Link off for the Requiem. Tribute off for the Lacrima. Lacrima for Engraver. Beansmith Sequence. That will try to fusion summon, but unfortunately, the Therion Cross decides, no you don't. Negating the sequence and ending the game. Yeah. Quite a fun little game that Chroma had. Considering bouncing normal Lacrima, but doing that would have killed me. Yeah. I mean, you probably could have survived, but it would have been close. Now, as for me, why don't we try again with the Gem Knight deck? I'm gonna try this a couple more times. If it doesn't work out, I'm gonna switch to either the Megalith or probably just the Megalith. Screw that. I need to play the events before, but I'm lazy. I understand. I can sometimes be a bit too lazy when it comes to these events as well. Matt and Droll. That's... This might be a decent combo. Ephraim plus Hollow Core to bait out any interaction, plus a red reboot. If I get any other board breaker, I might just have it. Well, that's a pretty easy rescue cat. Shark is legal for a fusion Xyz, yep. Glad Beast. Gets Chronicles. That's why I'm playing Fire Emblem with Beastious Sword, minus the fact that I'm lonely. Did you want to come up here, Chroma? Playing Snake Eye Lyrillist for you. At the moment. Augustus. Nope. Okay. Hits with a Troll and Lockbird is nice. Now they do still get a card in the end phase. They might be able to got none of the chill vibes to join in the stream. That's no problem. As long as you're enjoying it, yeah. As long as you're enjoying yourself, Chroma. And I'm joking at them. Gotcha. Test Panther gets to add. Oh, wait, they can't. What did they... Ooh. Okay, we've got game. A little awkward, but it works. Outside of that, everything is fine. Secret Slander. Yeah, I think it just goes around like. As long as I don't have Nibiru, I should actually be fine. But even this is just enough. At the moment, it's level 6 Druid. At 18 HP, it's not doing anything. Gets less lead for the Garnet. Team gained 1 HP for promoting. With 16. Let's get the Lazuli for the sake of it. I'm gonna need the Aquamarine actually. Get the Colosseum out. Bottle. Okay. Don't care if she has a 70% magic, 60% speed, and luck roll if she dies to one hit anyway. 1 HP is, in 10 levels, is actually kind of... It's actually really bad. Go back to lurking as today's trouble summon me. Have a good weekend, y'all. Thank you for stopping by, Lucia. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. We'll actually go... I'll try Megalith. It'll be a little difficult, but I think I remember enough of the lines to potentially pull something off. The problem is going to be, if I'm facing against any deck that is competent or has Droll, that'll be a problem. Give her a Nosferatu so that she survives longer, given that she has the skill Miracle, which keeps her alive for a singular hit. Her HP is above 50%. Which, her HP is so low, unless she takes some kind of tick damage, she'll pretty much always be either at 100% or 0. It's gonna be the Oraton, right? Ophiel. I kinda just have to hope that this isn't enough. From your hand. Actually, this will not be enough in any way. Because full can add back the Phaleg, which can get Bathor. They have something in hand. So otherwise they would not shotgun this so quickly. Nosferatu, which heals her HP equal to half the damage she does, would be good if she wasn't slowed by the 8 points of speed for having it equipped. Yeah, frankly, that is, quite an unfortunate character to be saddled with. Meaning that every enemy hits her twice, so she still just straight up dies, regardless. Oof. Said she was... backline? Given that she is a dark mage, her skill accuracy stat is really below average. Okay, for Haggith, let's see. That gets back the... does not get back the Phaleg, in fact. It gets a... spell. Emergence, which can summon back the full. But it's not treated as a ritual summon. Making your chance to hit kind of mid. $115 to hit means nothing when the enemies have 30 to 40 in the void. Yeah. Just overall a bad unit. Okay, I guess I had no interaction. I killed the boss over there using her strongest weapon that dealt 2 damage. So, you know, only the most powerful units in this game. I've been that fight puzzling for 20 minutes to figure out how to give the 14-year-old the kill. I know better. Was it worth it? Probably not, no. Secrets of Dark Magic... She is just a worse version of her elder sister. Imperm is nice. Pegasus goes into Hail Force. Which allows her to take action on killing an enemy. Sigrid becomes completely useless. Try to chain block. Let's see if I can get a little bit better of a claw. Like Ash. Ash will be fine. I won't do a lot. So the full arc. I can dodge with the full. That last card is a Haggith. Ooh. I guess actually Emergence might be slightly better. Including this card. I think I'd actually rather have Haggith. Oh, is Eritron not legal, actually? I mean, no, it probably is. Yeah, it is. Okay. Dark magic attack, that's fine. That's Nash. That's Nash if I've ever seen one. End phase. As long as they do not draw the Dark Magician, I should actually be fine. actually very much glad I know my way around Megalith. Let's go for another couple ones from Megalith. I kind of wish I had a space for Megalith. Lucky Marrow Guardian is nice, but it only does so much. Oh, ooh, Punk. Okay. This is arguably a mistake, but if that's their well, okay. If that's their normal something, they have something else. They definitely have something else, whether that be Foxy Tune or a Ogre Dance. You get to draw one. Ooh. I mean, how legal is Punk for this event, actually? Get Serene Psychic Girl, Banish. Teleport Fusion. Wait, hang on. How legal is Punk for this event? I guess I'll log on. I'm just gonna pretend I don't like it when the bad unit kills the strong boss. Extreme Session. Draw one card. I have fought a Greeted, but it's Oops All Tuners. That doesn't make the unit or the use of the unit any better. Ooh, going for the prototype. That does get them either a level 9 or a level 8. So the thing is, I don't really have a way to protect my combo with this hand. Because if the Manju of the Thousand Hand gets ashed or imperm, it is basically over. Unless I draw on 4. Silent Psychic Magician. My assumption with life clear is that HP restore on the enemy plays, which it doesn't. Graveyard or Banishment is summon it that gets back either the Mind Procedure or the Serene Psychic. But they've got Oops All Tuners. They can't increase its level. Restore 50% of max HP when attacking and killing an enemy. That is. When attacking. Or after attacking and killing an enemy. Yes. That does get pep. The warning means that it only works when you actively engage with the enemy with the attack. Yeah. do have access to a level 8 as well as Pep. This miracle doesn't work. I don't really have a way to out Pep, now do I? Said because if that is imperm, I just lose on the spot. Well, Draco Utopian Aura is also an option. I'm actually curious if they were playing more than just the... Yeah, they were only playing the Wagon. It's like an engine for which to get Jam Extreme Session. I can respect modern psychic files. Having blood back is their historic power. Honestly, a very respectable deck. This is virtually the same hand. Food is done, so I'm gonna DZ Fit. Okay, thank you for stopping by, Chroma. Enjoy thy food. And that's Aratron. Might as well full. I'm realizing we don't have the field spell now, do we? Full. For Ophiel. No trolls, it's probably a structure. Graveyard. I'm gonna go for Haggith, honestly. That way I can go. For Haggith. Anastasis. Get rid of the Kawaki. Get the Fulok and a Pelura might work. Go for Anastasis. I don't know what I'm going to discard, though. Worst case scenario, I can discard the Aratron. That's something, alright. I actually think I discard... the Baithor. Now I can add it back. Darius. Does this target? Yeah, it does target. Now waste our normal summon. Oh wait, I can go. Let's back the block. On resolution of Distel, they grab the field spell. I'm going to Aratron to negate it. So let's for it. It's Gladiator Beast Spell Trap. on resolution of the field spell is more accurate. Comeback. Ooh, comeback, actually. Send the block dragon. Or the bait war. Select all three. And can be destroyed by battle. Get a Dura. I actually believe I have enough for game. This cannot be destroyed by battle this turn, right? It cannot be destroyed by battle at all. I'm actually kind of slightly curious how well this deck works in Genesis. It might honestly be really fun to see how well it is, how well it does. Nice. GG. I imagine it's been tested before, because it's a pretty powerful deck just on its own. Very quickly, I am going to change out my drink. I'm going to plug this in, since it needs to be plugged in. Then, I'm going to continue with the effect. But I also kind of want to try to hold something. I'm gonna need to get some extra cough drops. Okay. But I have returned. I'll do this. I forget if I have gotten to 45 in the other event, but we'll see in a second. Leg. Let's get Scarlet. And unless that isn't imperm. Unless they ash the unformed. Okay. I think the actual answer is to grab back to Haggith. Because I will get more stuff with the NSs. Oh. Yeah, I think that's the actual answer. Start with Haggith. Get Researcher. Unless I'm very lucky, I will not get the Kawaki, but I might as well try. Yugioh. Nope. I kind of want to see if I can't potentially get a really good draw for this. Well, double Anastasis is nice, but it's not great. Look from your graveyard. So I actually think the answer is Haggith. Well, maybe Phaleg, actually. Including this card. Oh. Yugioh. Torrid. Monodium is a deck I haven't seen in a while. Your graveyard. Summon add. Your hand. Where are they going to go with this, actually? Because I don't want it to be too late. I can't pop the balls. I would need to pop the reapart. Reframing is nice. Adam Monodium spell trap. The ever forming. They do get the Calarium effect. Break card. They can only use one effect per turn. So I can go full up here. There's the Baithor. Stasis in order to potentially get rid of their reapart. This is only if it's in hand. I know they have Reforming, I know they have Breakheart. They have not used the Meek effect yet. That hurts. That actually barely hurts. No matter what. They take the full. I'm left with Aratron, Baithor, Phaleg, Kalura. And they get a free level 10. Theoretically, a level 10 at least. Fabled. non-targeting can take control. They also have a level 12 play now. Both of these are during the main phase. I need to remember I kinda do just need to go because this also, but their effects are negated. I don't need the meat. This effect is negated. That's not until the end phase. Okay, never mind. That does... Look. I need to force out the SP level light. Potential for I guess I didn't have to force it out. I could have went for the draw to discard button. Gotten rid of the third Anastasis to put out what I drew. Yeah, I think I just lose. That second effect was actually really... But also, that was a very cool rendition. Visa Starfrost Monodium control is interesting. I don't see that too often. I think if I maybe potentially played that better, I could have done something. The problem is talents is such a difficult card to play around. Because if I went for the Phaleg to summon the Baithor to try to pop, they would have just chained it anyway. Like, yeah, maybe I could have gone Ophion instead, or one of the level 4s from deck. I really just need a level 4, don't I? I just have to hope that they don't end up all. Well, I mean, they have the potential of Draco Berserker plus whatever they decide to make. It just depends on what they draw, though. But if I don't draw anything good, I am just sitting on a... I am just sitting on Kawaki Meru Guardian Pass. Ooh, Adhara. Okay, so they don't really have anything, do they? Or at least they might not. Special summons. That's for Shaman. If they have... Yeah, they open nothing. They open nothing. They do still have the chance of Draco Berserker. But it's like... If that's it, that's a... Okay. Depending on what that is, I could... That's a start. I kinda wanna force out the back row, though. If that is a... do I just go... I think I just go full plus... Baithor, don't I? Baithor, tributing the Guardian to summon the full... Get back the Baithor. Anastasis, draw 2, discard 1. Shoot, actually discarding the Unformed might be better. This gets Baithor. I did already use normal summon. Never mind then. Okay. That did give me access to both ritual summons on the opponent's turn. Now, I do kind of want to check. I have gone past the thing here. I believe this one... Yeah, this one ends on the 21st. I might want to do a little bit here as well. Let's see what I've got to do in Fusion Xyz. Just under halfway done. The 21st is a Tuesday, which I do have off. I do have to get to the eye doctor in the morning, but I might be able to do at least a little bit more in the... might be able to do a little bit more in Nebius. Well, that's an ash and a half. Got Garura, got Mud Dragon. Vandalism. None of... Ooh, wait, hang on. I go Droll here. I do realize I don't really have a way of fusion summoning with my opponent's monsters outside of Mud Dragon if they ash my Gold Leo. But also, that's a free discard. I'm thinking Yellow Martin first. This is to bait out any... Okay. That's GG for me. I don't know what that set was, is the thing. It might have been... Ooh, okay, it probably wasn't Recapture. It might have been either an Imperm or an Awakening. That's a start. Let's see if I can't carry on with this. Okay. That burial is foolish. I will go... Yeah, I think it's just Silverhound. Gold Leo. That's an Imperm. Baylor. Almost, honestly, better. Go Kaleido check, descend the yellow mark. Bounce the Gold Leo for the yellow mark. Polymerization from deck to hand. I do not have a proper line. I don't have a proper line that gets to Leo Dancer. Yeah, I'm out of options. Honestly, as nice as certain Super Polytech options are, as well as the, like, Raiders Knight OTK line is, kinda makes this a little bit clunkier to not have link options. It does negate the activation, which is nice. And this deck does die to troll. This deck dies pretty easily to troll, to be fair. Special summon that Scarlet hand. Send the Foolos. They must have just drawn that for turn, which is unfortunate. Honestly, there was an argument to normal summon that. Well, no, I guess they needed to normal summon the Astrotopia. Onomatopoeia. If they're adding that, they might be a little bit bricked. So Troll will do wonders here. Go, go, go. Do they have a tech option that might do this? Could do go, 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 glove. Because the thing is, they need to get rid of my Kaleido check for sure. But they also need to get rid of the Broad Bowl. Because the second I can Broad Bowl, it's over. It means I get a free ad, and whatever I get off of Gold Leo. I guess they don't really have a good... They do have a Zeus line. That is an idea. Eclipse wins. Okay, so they're going to try to clear the board. Using the Perfume Dancer is an interesting choice. I don't know what that's about, because they only have 2 attacks. Okay. That is... This does mean that Broadbull could win the game here. Tiger Dancer is insane. And unless that is Imperm... I mean, even if that is exactly Imperm... I do have the potential to just steamroll here. I do need to send the yellow Leo Dancer, which means my backup is a little bit odd. Gold Leo for Yellow Martin actually does do a little bit here. Oh, wait, hold on. Yellow or Kaleido Chick's effects is negated. That does force out the Leo. Need to get... I only have one. That's fine. The other is in hand, that's right. Cannot activate effects during the battle phase. Okay. That's actually fine. I don't mind that. Thing is, the Brilliant Dragon, you cannot declare attacks on monsters for the rest of the turn except this card. I can go for Saber Dancer, which is OTK. That would have taken an embarrassingly long time to get to OTK. But also, what? Okay. What would I sub out for, like, the Luna Light play, or the SP IP plays? I feel like I'm not seeing branded enough to warrant the dragon that devours the dog now. It's arguably, if not definitely, a mistake, given that it is almost legal fully. Like, I'm surprised with how much is legal that I have not seen branded in this event. Like, yeah, Fawn and the Virtuous is at 1. But, like, everything else outside of specifically Wildbaz is at 3 copies. Actually, I know Draco Tail is almost entirely unplayable. Yeah. But the thing is, this is entirely playable. I'm surprised not that many people are playing this for this event. Or at least not many that I've seen. Like, yeah, they want us to make people play, like, Credit Plant and Fairy Tale, since that's the newer stuff. But you know what? Alright, I can't sub in. I cannot sub in the link plays. Call me Godric the Minecraft. Call me Asparagus. Virtues at 1. These at 3. Honestly, maybe more Artesia. No C either, right? It is Ulos. Dragons at the first dog, no? Printed in red. Fusion XE's festival is hard to put a deck for. Kind of, yeah. Might be an extra Alpha Lenatus just because I would need. Maybe something like an Oluber, just for some extra consistency. Albion was also played, to be fair. Good thing that I already play all the best decks. Do I want to add anything else? Valor. Valor is a good card. But in the extra deck, maybe an extra Rebellion might not hurt. I'm not playing Super Poly. Actually, that's a good point. Super Poly cards. Garura. Oh, Draco. Draco Stapelia. Never mind, Draco Stapelia is banned for the event. Right. Unless I misspelled it. No, it isn't. Never mind. What do I want to get rid of, if anything? Nibiru's probably not going to be as popular. You can only play one Albion. Who needs to get rid of things? Me, potentially. Actually, 43 cards trust. Oh, the other thing is, I actually do slightly wonder, what does Fallen of Walbaz do in like this iteration of the deck? And my answer is, honestly, maybe get discarded for Branded in High Spirits. Like, yeah, it gets Ecclesia, and Ecclesia gets 2 normal Alabaz or Golden Sword Souls. But, like, unless I have a way, Branded in White is actually, in that case, maybe Branded in White is the better option. Maybe we try it like this and see how well it goes. And if we get steamrolled, that's on me. We'll have Tuesday to do more of this event, as well, most of Tuesday to do this event. As well as, I'm going first. Something's wrong, I can feel it. 56 card main. Just a deck I don't like facing, which is fair. Kit is a great card. I think I put back Branded in red. Brenda is OP or anything. But I think, like, Plant Link or D-Link is extremely boring to sit through. Yeah. It will get where it's going, but it takes half your lifetime to do so. Which, yeah, I understand that being relatively frustrating. Okay. A hero lives. That is fine. It's a very easy Ash. Just have Stratos, sure. Get the Mercurier. Honest Neos? If I go... That negates the attack. I still get destroyed. Trigger effect with Well. That gets the send. Artesia comes back. I said, Falling in the Virtuous to get something out of my extra deck. Irritate effect resolve destroys nothing. Mass Hero monster from deck of hand. Fountain. To add. We didn't indeed see her goat at Hero Sniffs. Now the issue is, do I have kind of? pause the stream. Get stream prepped. Nice. That gets massive change. By that he's doing a lot of prep work to catch up where he left off last time. Only dark monsters on their field and in their graveyards. They cannot get back to another sunrise. Oh, sorry. Now they do still have a play. But I have granted banishment. Weakening Peninsula, part of Terraria, and all of the grave. I'm still doing Silver River. All of my interaction left. Still doing Silver River. That is a mask change. That is... Do I... I kinda do. Using Multichat with place, I actually get through it many times faster. Okay. I think that's the end of that. That's all the gems. For the most part. Let's see. I can do some more. Like I said, some more of it is gonna be on Tuesday. Let's first get rid of you. So the whole new character, because it's been so long, means a lot of work to catch up to where I left off last time I played. At Stormville, Weaving is part of Leonora, and all of them grave and doing Sulphura River, using Uchigacha, Buddy Slash, Master. So many gems. Not really. Hold on. When was this card? You contribute one Aqua type monster, for instance, like one frog monster in your graveyard, except frog gem. So special summon that monster from your graveyard. This is old, actually. Moon Magician is not. If opponent controls an Xyz monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you can only special summon Moon Magician once per turn this way. If this card is normal special summon, target a level 4 like monster in your graveyard, except Moon Magician, special summon it, but negate its effects. That's actually. Then, Lunar Ojimai, serious mystery resistance, descended from the heavens, so let's make him go away. Like, unironically, Moon Magician, if I can pull that from the Legacy packs, would be really good in the Ryziel deck. Okay. I guess I'm just going to go for the Ryziel pack. Just to get the bundle. I do still want to try and maybe get a... Oh, Diamond Direwolf is funny. Toxic Bubble. That was cute. Maybe get an alternate art fusion deployment. I have enough time to get the... And I'll probably end up crafting most of the stuff for like the Earth Machine deck. But I still have, I think, just enough time to get the Impulse Altar, or Full Art. If I play this correctly. Solfnir actually is really nice. Oh, Crystron actually works with the Earth Machine deck. It actually works very nice. I do have a lot of decks. Which is not something you really want. Loplation and... Oh, Maestro. Like, having barely 20 is honestly more or less ideal. Star. Next. That's 10 UR dust. Oh. A Phyrexial is nice. A shiny one at that. There's a Maestro. Dugares. That is a Xyz unit. Only one UR is unfortunate, but there's that. Do I want to save up? Like having tons of decks because, like, switching my 3 decks every once in a while. Yeah. and doing that is not always the most intuitive, so to speak. Which one is... You have fusion deployment. Is it... It's you that has fusion deployment. Would I really risk it for Earth thrust? No, that's triple tactics thrust. Wait, no, that's the one I need. Never mind that. Does this pack also have the thrust? It does. Okay. I think my logic is going to be this. Worst case scenario, I get UR dust, and I get extra crafting points that I would use for other cards in the deck. Best case scenario, I get a triple tactics thrust. So you know what? I will risk it for the biscuit. It is not advised you do this. At all, in fact. Because of exactly this. Good. I will risk it for the gambling biscuit. Gang Zing, Fighting Launcher, Albaz the Ashen. Sonic Chick, Garuma Dropper, Block Golem, Machina Defense, Kit, Brandon Sector Pragmatica, and Iron Dash. Crystal Helper, Sprite Jet, Dark Resonator, Retribution, Judgment, All Punishment, and a free Harmonia. Harmonia for free? That honestly makes it a little bit more worth it. Screams of Brandon Ross. Of course, I'm not getting any of the URs that I want. Golden Droplet. And the free Ecclesia and the Dark Dragon. I only need one. So that's 10 UR dust. Master Kurji, Screams, Albion. Soul Blaze, Carnation, Call, Screams, Kit, and Nordic Ascendant. Gyoku, Storm Cypher, Mankubel, Green Dust Dawn, Bond, Screams, Blast, and Punishment. Reinsurgence, Galaxy Storm. Oh no, Recurrence. That is really awkward. Regenesis Dragon is a funny card. Nation, Kit, an extra banishment, and an extra Golden Sword Soul. Right there. Counter, opening Bond, and High Spirits. Yeah, another underwhelming one, but honestly, getting those extra crafting materials is not bad. First, dismantle all extra. And URs. Dismantle one. Dismantle one. might get rid of this second Starving Venoming, because even in Predaplants, I don't know if you play this. Or at least not at multiple copies. Okay. But I think that's just the end of that. I need to get going to work now. I will just leave this here. So, go to the end phase. Okay, so tomorrow will actually be Metroidvania Monday, since I do believe I'll get home early enough for it. Tuesday will probably be the rest of the Fusion Xyz event. If... Not even necessarily if. Well, it'll be the rest of the Fusion's Xyz event. Then Wednesday will be another more long-form series. And I'm pretty sure we all know what's called. It is about time I world this. No. Unfortunately, no, Chroma. I don't have worldless. Which it does look interesting, and I might look into it or wishlist it. But I've got a lot of Metroidvanias in my wishlist to play. And while I do have a more designated spot to play them, it will take a while before I get to all of them. Because I've got some really long ones on deck. By the way, that is all for me. Thank you for watching. Thank all of you, Chroma, Yugioh, and Tamer, for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Take care.